So this is a word that has existed since the 1200s here, and it's meant the same thing, roughly. You can see through the centuries here, and specifically had a business context since the 1400s here, and it's also got this very personal context of this action of sharing or imparting or community there. And so the tools that we're talking about today there are really about creating a communal feeling between at least two people, but maybe a wider network of people there. But they're also, I think, important to being able to do business in the most effective manner. I love this poster here. Can you read it at the bottom there? Communication, it's best to pretend people are actually listening to you. So if you're going to think about how you communicate here, you should think about what's happening with the person at the other end of that communication there. And this gets back to those things of how do I know what to do? Well, unless I'm communicating with someone, I can't know what to do. It can't always completely come out of my own head. How do I get things done? Well, unless I'm communicating with someone there, I can't know what done looks like. What does success look like? How do I develop myself? And this is really where we're focusing today. I need information from other people in order to develop myself. If I do it just based upon my own feelings, my own insights, my own conclusions, it's going to be too narrow. It's going to be skewed. It's going to be affected by that blind spot. And I just want to say that this is particularly important to me. I'm going to be 64 in a couple of weeks, and my whole career has been based upon communication. But I've had 4 or 5 careers within that, but the common theme on that is communication. And I realized something when I first created this a couple of years ago, that I owe my career to communication, but not in the way you might imagine, given that I'm standing up here speaking, and I do a lot of public speaking here at ETS here, and writing. What other people told me counted more than what I told them. And that was an insight that I had. And that's very much connected for me to these tools of feed forward, where it's what other people tell you, and Johari Window blind spot, where it's trying to get other people to tell you so you whittle down that blind spot. So it's just an insight that I offer to you, is that what other people tell you may be the key to your own personal mastery and your own career development. But which people, and how do you get them to tell you things there? I also want to point out that communication by itself is insufficient. There has to be action that follows the communication. There have to be results that come from the action there. And then there really should be reflection as to how can the action be better next time. And that reflection, if it's done among group of people, may involve communication as well. But I wanted to highlight how important communication is, and something for us to think about there is, well, how am I doing in terms of communicating? So in this session, I've cut it down. If you want the longer thing, you could take a look at the 90-minute one where we talk about something called 4-cylinder communication. But given the limitations we place on ourselves of time here, we're really going to focus on feed forward and how it differs from feedback, as Catherine said there. And we're going to focus on how you know how to request and provide feed forward. And then we're going to talk about this Johari window and what this blind spot is here. So you'll walk out of here knowing those things today